Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Sri Jayend Rank Zone classes. I am your mentor and your friend for the subject biology, and I will be taking the zoology part. My dear students, in the previous lecture, we have learned about phylum Chordate, its classification, and we are up to discuss different classes of Pisces, means the fishes. In the meanwhile, I have made you very clear regarding the class Placodermi, which includes the most primitive fishes, and Chondrichthyes, that are the cartilaginous fishes. My dear students, today I am going to start with Osteichthyes, also known as Teleostomi. Okay, so this is the class C, Osteichthyes, that is Teleostomi. They are also known as bony fishes. Okay, the term sorry, osteo means bone. Okay, so coming to bony fishes, they are found in fresh water as well as marine water. I mean, their habitat is on both the sides, fresh water as well as marine water. Their endoskeleton is either made up of bones completely or partially. Okay, so maybe they are completely made up of bones or partially. When I talk about completely or partially, simply means the primitive bony fishes, they have, the endoskeleton made up of bone, but there are some places where bones were absent. And when I talk about completely, it means the fishes, they have the whole endoskeleton made up of bones. Okay. So now coming to next, their exoskeleton is made up of scales. Yeah, they do have scales as well. Okay, which may be either cycloid type, or ctenoid type, or ganoid type. Okay, means their scales are of following types: cycloid type, ctenoid type, or ganoid type. It means their their scales, they can be of various types. Okay, the most importantly, that placoid scales are absent, because placoid scales, they are found in cartilaginous fishes. They are found in cartilaginous fishes. So placoid scales, they are found in cartilaginous fishes. Means in case of bony fishes, you have to remember the scales, or the type of scales, are cycloid, ctenoid, or ganoid type. Okay, but in case of cartilaginous fishes, the scales, they can be of either, they can be mainly of, or they are mainly of, the placoid types. Okay. Now coming to next is respiration. It's the most important point, that in case of cartilaginous fishes, there are around 5 to 7 pairs of gills, but in case of bony fishes, the gills which are present, they are 4 pairs. Okay, there are 4 pairs of gills. And most importantly, bony fishes, their gills are covered by an operculum, means a flap. Okay, so operculum is a flap. It is a flap which basically cover the gills, right? Now, cartilaginous fishes, they are also known as elasmobrachii, and osteo means the bony fishes, they are also known as telostoma. Okay, mouth, jaws, jaws are with teeth, and the teeth are terminal, either terminal or subterminal. Mean in case of cartilaginous fishes, the arrangement of teeth was ventral. Okay, means it was proximal. So in case of cartilaginous fishes, the teeth were proximal or ventral. Okay, and in case of bony fishes, the teeth were, they are in terminal or a subterminal position, right? Now, suspensorium in case of cartilaginous fishes was hylostylic type, but in case of bony fishes, it is autostylic type. So please do remember that in case of osteoichthyes of bony fishes, the suspensorium of the jaw is autostylic type, but in case of cartilaginous fishes, the jaw suspensorium was hylostylic type. Most importantly, in case of bony fishes, especially the bony fishes which lies in the category of Dipnoi family, means the lungfish, it includes lungfish. So they have respiratory organs helping or assisting respiratory organs known as air bladders. Okay. But in case of cartilaginous fishes, the air bladders were absent, right? So they have a respiratory organ, helping respiratory organ known as air bladders. Lung fishes respire through air bladders. In other fishes, these air bladders are hydrostatic. Hydrostatic means they just maintain the body balance. Okay, so they help in maintaining the body balance and provide buoyancy. Okay, so mainly in lung fishes, their mechanism of respiration is somewhat modified. Okay, so they have air bladders for their respiration. Okay, assisted main respiration, not the main respiratory organ. And in other fishes, the air bladders, they are hydrostatic, means they just provide the buoyancy and they help to maintain the balance of the. Okay, in case of cartilaginous fishes, the cloacal aperture, it receives the genital ducts. Okay, but in case of bony fishes, the cloacal aperture, it is replaced by anus. Okay, so you can also write that true cloacal aperture in case of bony fish is absent. So in case of bony fish, the true cloacal aperture is absent. Now, the liver, in case of bony and cartilaginous fish, in both cases it was trilobe. Okay. In case of bony fishes also it is trilobe. Understood? Now coming to next, tail in case of bony fishes is homocircle and rarely diaphyseal. Okay, so in case of bony fishes, the tail have a caudal fin, and that caudal fin is homocircle type. Okay, and rarely difficircle type. But in case of cartilaginous fish, it was heterocircle type. Okay, heterocircle type means the caudal fin is having one of the lobe which is prominent because of the existence of the notochord. The notochord, it basically extends to the terminal region. That is why in case of cartilaginous fish it is heterocircle, but in case of bony fishes it is homocircle. The genital ducts, while separate apertures, in case of bony fishes, the genital ducts, they open through separate apertures outside the body. Fertilization is external, and male fishes, they lack claspers. Okay, you remember in cartilaginous fishes, the pelvic fins, especially the inner edges of the pelvic fins, they are modified to form copulatory organ known as claspers. But in case of bony fishes, the claspers are absent. Okay, the male fishes, they don't have claspers. The fertilization is external. Okay, and the genital ducts, they open through separate apertures outside the body. Fishes, in case of men, especially when we talk about the bony fishes, they are oviparous, but the cartilaginous fishes, most of them, they were viviparous. Okay. However, some may be oviparous or viviparous. Okay. They may be oviparous or viviparous. Most of the cartilaginous fish, they were viviparous. Most of the bony fishes, they are oviparous. But some of the bony fishes, they do share both of these, characteristics, oviparous and viviparous both. Hippocampus, seahorse, is a bony fish and it is a pregnant, considered as a pregnant male. Okay. In the previous lectures, I do have informed about hippocampus, but please make a clear cut, borderline that hippocampus or seahorse, it belongs to the bony fish category. It not belongs to the cartilaginous fish. It swims in sea water in vertical position. That is the most important thing, that the hippocampus of the seahorse, it moves in vertical position. Abdomen of male fishes, it is having a pouch which is known as what, brood pouch, which helps to collect the eggs laid by the female, and that is why the male is carrying the eggs with himself, and that is why this male is known as what, a pregnant male. Okay, this shows, okay, a very characteristic sign of parental care. So it is also known as secondary vivipary and parental care is found in hippocampus. Okay, secondary vivipary means vivipary or viviparous means giving rise to young ones. Okay, so these fishes, they are oviparous or maybe oviparous or viviparous. Secondary vivipary means it is a male having a brood pouch, but it takes care of the egg. It protects the eggs from different predators, and that is why the male behaves or works as a pregnant female to conserve eggs, to protect eggs, and to nourish them. Okay. Now the next is Exocetus. Exocetus is a flying fish. Okay. Exocetus is a flying fish. Okay, because it is having a mid dorsal fin which is very long. It is having a mid dorsal fin which is very long, that can glide around 400 meters in sea water. Okay, so Exocetus is also known as flying fish. Okay, okay. In fact, it exactly not fly. Okay, but it can open leaps into air up to about 6 meters high, mean around 400 to 600 meters, 6 meters high. Okay, it is an excellent food fish. Okay, so Exocetus is an excellent food fish. The pectoral fins are modified into a wing-like structure. In case of Exocetus, the pectoral fins, they are modified to form wing-like structure. Wing-like structure, right? Understood? Okay. So in case of Exocetus, the pectoral fin, the long dorsal fin, it has modified to form wing-like structure, and it can glide up to maximally up to 400 meters, okay, minimally 6 meters, right? Now labio rohita or rohu, okay, or Indian carp, also known as Indian carp. It is a freshwater fish. It is a freshwater fish. I'll tell you about the major carps and the minor carps. So labio or the rohu or Indian carp, it is a freshwater fish. Clarius. Clarius is the catfish. So you have to remember catfish, they don't have scales on the body. Okay. So catfish, they don't have scales on the body. So Clarius flatfish or magu. Okay. Magu. It is a freshwater, okay, living fish, bony fish. So labio means rohu or Indian carp is a freshwater fish. Clarius, sorry, a catfish, or magur, it is also a freshwater fish. Okay. So in this PPT, in this slide, what you have to remember, the first thing, that bony fishes, they have endoskeleton made up of bones, either partially or complete. Okay. If it is complete, then they are advanced or higher bony fishes, and if they have partial cartilage or partial bone, then they are primitive bony fishes. Okay, the scales on the body are either ctenoid type, cycloid type, or ganoid type. Okay, cricoid scales are absent. Okay, cricoid scales are absent, right? Respiration through 4 pair of gills, but in case of cartilaginous fishes, it was around 5 to 7 pair of gills were present. Operculum is all in all cartilaginous fishes. Operculum is absent, although there are some exceptions where operculum is present. Okay. Now, the jaw suspensorium type is autostylic in case of bony fishes, but in case of cartilaginous fishes, jaw suspensorium was hylostylic type. Is that understood? Okay. Now, they have a assisted respiratory organ known as what? The air bladder. Although the members of Dipnoid family, especially the lungfish, it use this secondary respiratory organ. Okay, that is why the name is given lungfish. But in case of other fishes, maximum fishes, the air bladder doesn't support for respiration, it's just support in maintaining the balance of the body, means it is hydrostatic, okay, and provides buoyancy. Cloacal aperture is absent in case of bony fishes and is replaced by anus. Liver is trilobed. Tail is homocircle or dipicircle, mostly homocircle. Genital ducts, they operate or they open through different apertures outside the body. External fertilization is present. Male fishes, their pectoral fins don't have any internal sharp edges which are modified to form claspers, so claspers are absent. Fishes are oviparous bony fishes, okay, or they may be viviparous or oviparous. Hippocampus seahorse is considered as a pregnant male. Why? Because it is having a brood pouch in which it shows secondary vivipary, means parental care. Okay. Exocetus, also known as flying fish, the pectoral fin get modified to form wing-like structure, which helps to take a flight of around 6 meters to 400 meters maximum. Labio rohu or Indian carp is a freshwater fish. Clarius catfish is also a freshwater fish. Now coming to next, kidneys in case of bony fishes, it is mesonephric. Either in cartilaginous fishes, you got to know that some of the cartilaginous fishes, they basically maintain or they reabsorb urea to maintain the osmotic pressure. Means that was the metanephric kidney. So in case of bony fishes, the kidney type is mesonephric and ammonia is the main excretory paste. Either in cartilaginous fishes, it was urea as the main excretory paste. Cranial nerves in both the cases, 10 pairs, they both have either cartilaginous fish or a bony fish, they both have what? 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Now, olfactory lobe in case of cartilaginous fish fin was very large or highly developed. Cerebellum was also very large, but in case of bony fishes, olfactory lobe and cerebellum, they are small in comparison to contributories, means the cartilaginous fishes, right? Internal ear is developed for balance. In case of bony fishes, internal ear is developed and it is for balance. Okay. Although when we talk about the bony fishes, the internal ear, okay, it was absent. Okay, or there were no ossicles. Okay, internal ear was also absent. Development is direct. Okay, except angula means eel. It is having a larva in its lifespan, that is leptocephalus. Okay. So among all the bony fishes, it is Anguilla, that is eel, which shows a developmental larva, leptocephalus, in its lifespan. Okay. Other than this Anguilla or eel, the development is direct. Okay. Now carps, are they are not having tooth, they have toothless mouth, head without scales, and mostly herbivores. Okay, so calves, they don't have tooth in their mouth, they don't have any teeth in their mouth, and the head is without scales. There are no scales on the head, and they mostly are herbivores. Now, calves are further divided into major calves and minor calves. Major calves in which Labiorohita, Labiocalbasu, these are all the examples, and all are freshwater. All are freshwater. Catla, catla. Okay. Minor carp, it includes Labiobata. Okay. Labiobata, sorry. It's Labiobata, which is minor carp. Okay. So these are the differences between cartilaginous and bony fishes. It is also important chart you can refer to here. Habitat mostly marine, cartilaginous fishes, bony fishes mostly freshwater, maximally fresh. I mean, they can of both types, marine as well as freshwater, but mostly, freshwater. Then mouth was ventral in case of cartilaginous fish. Already, I have told you when I was marking the point of that they have jaw, teeth arrangement, okay, which is not ventral, not proximal, okay. So in case of cartilaginous fishes, the mouth is ventral. In case of bony fishes, it is anterior, okay. External layers. External layers means their nostrils in case of cartilaginous fishes also ventral. In case of bony fishes, it is dorsal. Scales, placoid type. In case of bony fishes, it is ganoid type, cycloid type, and ctenoid type. Operculum, cartilaginous fish absent except chimera. Chimera is having operculum, and bony fishes, okay, present. Chimera is considered to be a connecting link between bony fishes and cartilaginous fish. That is why it is having operculum. Then caudal fin, heterocircle in case of cartilaginous fish. In case of Bony fish it is Homo sapien. Okay. Cloaca in cartilaginous fishes present, okay, as except chimera, and in case of bony fishes it is absent because it is modified into anus. Endoskeleton cartilaginous, endoskeleton partially or wholly bony. Spiral wall in case of cartilaginous fish present, okay, to increase the surface area. Bony fishes no spiral wall. Okay. Gills 5 to 7 pairs, bony fishes 4 pairs, swim bladder, air bladder, cartilaginous fishes absent in case of bony fishes present. Excretory matter, urea, ammonia. Okay, so I think every point is being reconsidered here. Okay, so my dear students, moving to next. These are structure of some common fishes. Now, what exactly I have to tell you that when we talk about different types of scales, so it's a very important fact. Let's see, fishes and amphibians, they don't have any embryonic membranes. So fishes and amphibians, they are known as what? Fishes and amphibians. Amphibians. They don't have any extra embryonic membrane. That is why they are anemniotes. Anemniotes means without amniotic membranes. While when we talk about reptiles, aves, and mammals, aves and mammals, they do have extra embryonic membrane, means they are amniotes. Okay. So the most important thing I have to tell you is, see, you can see this is a barbel. There are many cases where you encounter this term barbel. Barbel is exactly, when we talk about scales, barbel. So barbel are, they are sharp, horny projections, okay, especially used to or for predation. Okay, it is for predation. Okay, now you can see the dorsal fin, okay, pelvic fin, and this is the pectoral, okay, pectoral fins. Now you please, pelvic fins and pectoral fins, they might are paired, but the caudal fins, they are not paired. Okay, they are not paired. Pelvic and pectoral, they are paired. Mid dorsal fin, this is unpaired. Caudal fins, they are also, but they can have lobes, right? You can see the lobes. Okay. Now, in case of seahorse, this is hippocampus seahorse. You can see the opening of brood pouch. This is the brood pouch, and it can move vertically, upside down. Okay. Now, this is the exocetus, that is the flying fish. You can see the cycloid scales. Cycloid scales are like C-shaped rings, like this. Cycloid scales. Okay. This is pelvic fin. They have hypocercal tail. Okay. Now, hypocercal tail is hypocercal type. Okay. Mean you have learned about the homocircle, you have learned about the heterocircle. Now this is the hypocircle. Means both the lobes are small. Okay, caudal fin, both the lobes are small. Okay, and the pectoral fins are modified into wings. You can see the pectoral fins, they are modified into wings. These are pectoral fins. They are modified into wings. So this is the structure of some common bony fishes. Okay. Now coming to next is Catla catla. Catla catla is a freshwater fish. Okay. Betta. Betta is a fighting fish and it is also an aquarium fish. Okay. So betta is a fighting fish, also known as, the aquarium fish. Now, pterophyllum. Pterophyllum is an angel fish. It is also an aquarium fish. Pterophyllum, angel fish. Velagonia. Velagonia, it is also not having scales, scaleless, also known as lachi. Heteroneustis is Singhi. Okay, these are some common fishes. Singhi, Lachi, especially Heteroneustis, Singhi, Lachi, Velagonia. Velagonia don't have scales. Okay, Pterophyllum also known as angel fish. It is a aquarium fish. Right? Now, Shana. Shana is a lata fish. Lophius, anglerfish. Anabus, climbing perch. Okay. Anabus is a climbing perch. Sardinella, salmon. Accipenser, sturgeon. Endoskeleton is cartilaginous. So please do remember sturgeon or accipenser. Sturgeon or accipenser, endoskeleton is cartilaginous. Anguilla eel, snail-like, it migrates from sea. It migrates to sea for spanning. Okay, so spanning means for breeding. Okay, so Anguilla eel, it is a migratory fish. It basically goes to sea for spanning. Okay, young eel migrate back to freshwater. Okay, so there are two terms, catadromous and anadromous. Okay, please watch my previous videos so that you can you got to know about these terms, catadromous, anadromous. Okay, different types of migrations. Okay, I'll show you where I have kept these terms. Just a minute. Yeah, catadromous fishes live in fresh water and go down to sea for breeding, and anadromous just vice versa. So catadromous, they live in fresh water and they go to sea. So fresh, F2S, F2S. Okay, fresh to sea, and anadromous, sea to fresh. Okay, so please do remember these common terms. Now, Solia it is a flatfish, common name flatfish. Bombay duck, bony fish, also known as harpodon. Bowfish, Emia. Echinus, also known as remora. Suckerfish, when it is having sucker, shows commensalism with shark and whales. It attacks with the it attacks the body of shark and whales by attaching itself, okay, to the body of shark and whales. Okay, so dorsal fin gets modified to form a sucker. Okay, and the whales, their skin, they come in contact with this sucker, and these or the sucker fish in Echinus remora, it gets attached to the whales and sharks. Mistress Sangra. Okay, mistress is Sangra. Sirena, Sirhina, Mrigal, also known as Mrigal. Latimeria or Calican. Latimeria, I told you in the last class as well that Latimeria calican, it is basically a bony fish, but it is considered as a living fossil. Okay, when it is taken off from the eastern coast of South Africa on around 1938, okay, December 1938, 22nd December 1938, okay. So Latimeria calican, it is a living fossil which is taken off from the eastern coast of South Africa, okay. It is the oldest living vertebrate that belongs to group Crossopterygii, okay. So Crossopterygians I have already shared in the last lecture, Crossopterygians, okay. I'll show you. Crossopterygins. It includes Rapidistia, Osteolepsis, most primitive amphibians means proto-amphibians. Okay, that is why I have mentioned over here that Latimeria calican, it is also a living, fossil fish which is considered as a proto-amphibian. Okay. Now coming to next, my dear students, there are some common fishes more we have to talk about. Canocephalus. Canocephalus is ice fish. Ice fish. Only vertebrate without hemoglobin. Only vertebrate without hemoglobin. Please do remember. Canocephalus. Okay. Or ice fish. Okay. Only vertebrate without hemoglobin. Opasnus. Toadfish. Opasnus is the toadfish. Okay. Now, Sanjaridia. Stonefish. Most poisonous fish. Okay. Senin Joradia, stonefish. Remember the stonefish as the most poisonous fish. Okay. Gambusia, larvivo. Okay. Lungfish. Lungfish are of different types. Okay. Like Protopterus is African lungfish. Then Neocercactodus is Australian lungfish. I'll write the names over here. It is also written Protopterus. It is African lungfish. Okay. Then Neoceratodus is Australian lungfish. Okay, Protoctorus is an African lungfish, living fossil fish, and Lepidosiren, South American lungfish. Okay, these three types of lungfishes are there. Protocterus, African lungfish, then Lepidosiren, South American lungfish, and Neoceratodus, Australian lungfish. Okay, the lungfishes they belong to a dipnoid family, which basically having air bladders for the assisted respiration, not the prime respiration, assisted respiration. Okay, their heart is incomplete three chambered. In the last lecture as well, I told you, okay, they have incomplete three chambered heart. Nares means nostrils. They have both external and internal nostrils. In the previous, we have learned about that the nostrils, they have a remarkable feature which actually comes in bony fishes. Okay, so they have external and internal layers nostrils. Their tail is heterocircle type. Okay, heterocircle type means it belongs to the category of it signifies or confirms, okay, they have evolved from cartilaginous fishes. They are also known as uncle of amphibia lungfishes. Okay, scale is placoid type. These all are freshwater bony fishes. They all are freshwater bony fishes. Okay, in the this also given. Swim bladder were absent in case of cartilaginous fishes. Bony fishes it is right now. So the type of lungfish is Protopterus, Neoceratodus, and Lepidosiren. Okay. Now you will remember Protopterus lungfish. It is a connecting link between bony fishes. Okay. Presence of fins, lateral line, and operculum. Okay. They have fins, which basically shows lateral line receptors. Okay, for sensing out the vibrations and all, and amphibians. Okay. Presence of fins, lateral line of operculum, and amphibians has lungs and three chambered. So Protopterus, that is why it is considered to be a connecting link between bony fishes and amphibians. Okay, so Protopterus lungfish is considered to be a connecting link between bony fish and amphibian. Okay, Chimera is considered to be a connecting link between Chondroichthyes and Osteoichthyes. Understood? Sharkerdon. Okay, Sharkerdon, great white shark, most aggressive shark with white belly and is commonly known as man-eating shark. Okay, man-eating shark. Okay, so Sharkerdon, great white shark, is considered to be a man-eating shark. Okay, it is the most aggressive fish. Understood? Now, my dear students, we'll move to the next slide. These are the again, diagram to make you understand about different types of fins, different types of fishes, especially the bony fishes. And these are different types of scales. You can see different types of scales. Now, you just remember that placoid type of scale is present in cartilaginous fishes, examples Scoliodon. Okay. Ganoid scales, they are found in primitive bony fishes. Okay. So, ganoid, primitive bony fishes. Okay, primitive bony fishes, right? Now, cycloid type, it is present in higher bony fishes. Okay, the cycloid type is present in higher bony fishes. In higher bony fishes, examples carps, lungfish, and primitive bony fishes, connecting link, sorry, Polypterus, accipenser. Polypterus lungfish is considered to be a connecting link between the bony fishes and amphibians. Okay, lungfish, right? Now, these are different types of scales you can see. In case of placoid scale, there is a median spine which is having a flange. Okay, these flanges they are helpful in streamline motion. They cut the water current very easily. as well as for predation. Okay, so there are different types, in cycloid type you can see the rings which are forming like this. Okay, so these are different types of, you don't have to actually go into the deep, just remember the type of scale: cycloid type, ganoid type, ctenoid type, and dacoid type. Okay, okay, my dear students, got it? Now these are different types of vertebrae. In the previous lecture I also show you. Okay, so coming to next is, now we are going to talk about superclass Tetrapoda. Tetrapoda means it is having four pods, means four limbs. So what are the characteristics? Members are aquatic and terrestrial. So tetrapods, it includes amphibians, reptiles, mammals. Okay. So tetrapoda, superclass tetrapoda, it includes members which are aquatic and terrestrial. Okay. Especially they have two pairs of pentadactylous limbs. Pentadactylous means five digits. Five digits. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. One, two, three, four, five. Five digits of limbs which act as a locomotory organ. Understood? Embryonic stage have gills. Tetrapodons, their embryonic stage have gills, while adults they have lungs. Because now they have to crawl on the land surface, on the terrestrial regions, and that is why they should possess with the lungs which can help them to breathe the atmospheric oxygen. Okay, because atmospheric oxygen, it is not only thing that they have to breathe in atmospheric oxygen, the thing is that they have to breathe in dry air, and because of this dry air their body can lose moisture content. Okay, and that is why they are supported by different types of slime glands or mucus glands, right? So so to prevent desiccation, to prevent desiccation means drying, they have mucus or slime glands. Heart is three or four chambered with double circulation. Okay. Kidneys are either mesonephric or metanephric. Please do remember a pattern. The starting of phylum chordates, invertebrates, they mainly were having either prosonephric kidneys or pronephric or mesonephric kidneys. But when we talk about, we are moving towards the amphibians, reptiles, and mammals. Now they are basically going to have metanephric kidney, which is having maximum number of nephrons, which can restore or reabsorb maximum amount of nutrients. Okay, so kidneys are mesonephric or metanephric type. Now middle ear is present. Yeah, tetrapodons, their middle ear is present, especially in birds and mammals. Okay, amphibians, they have the external ear in the tympanum. Okay, only the frog is having the tympanum part. Middle ear is present even in birds and mammals. Superclass tetrapoda is further divided into four classes: amphibians, reptilians, aves, and mammals. So these are four classes: amphibians, reptilians, aves, and okay. Now I'm going to ask you some questions. Okay, I think you have gone through my previous slides. Okay, so you will be able to answer. The first is that crayfish, it belongs to orthopoda. No. So These are four options given. Crayfish. Okay, the name fish is there. It is having, it belongs to obviously Pisces, means fishes category. But exactly it is not. Crayfish is a crustacean. Okay, example, the scientific name is Astacus. Okay, and it is a crustacean, means it belongs to arthropods. So please to remember the names of false fishes, the fishes without scales, the fish with operculum, connecting links. These are the main framework of questions you have to remember. Okay. So in the next class, I will be discussing a question bank of around 15 to 20 questions based on these facts only. Okay. So please do prepare. We will be discussing some interesting questions on interesting facts. Okay. Now we have to move further. We are moving to discuss about class A amphibia. Class A amphibia. The word amphibia means dual. They have dual living, means they can live both on land and water. Okay. Devonian period, it is considered to be the golden period for fishes. The Devonian origin, okay, and the Carboniferous period is the phase of amphibians. Okay, means the moment the Devonian period it comes to an end, and the Carboniferous period it comes to origin. Okay, so that was the phase of the amphibians, right? Animals which can live in water and on land are called amphibians. Okay, they are known as what? Amphibians, right? Now, the first chordate animals, the first chordate animals, they come out of water, however, they found difficulties to live on land permanently. Yeah, because it is a transition that they are basically coming out from water to land. They are going to face large amount of uh, skin dryness. They are going to they have to adapt that air which is flowing at a moderate rate. Okay, so all these things they have to acclimatize. Okay, that is why they require water for their reproduction. Breeding is the most important phenomenon to extend the life processes, and that is why for reproduction amphibians they need water, because at this time they want to conserve maximum amount of energy. They want to be feel good, feel nutritive. Okay, and that is why they need water. Their egg, most importantly, that why they need water, because their eggs lack protective covering. You can see in case of reptilians, their eggs are covered with a shell. Okay, but in case of the amphibians egg, their eggs they don't have any protective covering. Body is having head, trunk with the tail in some. Body is having head and trunk is having tail in some cases. Skin is smooth without scales. Without scales. Scale is a protective mechanism to protect them, okay, from excessive desiccation and all. So skin is smooth without scales. Okay, scales give them a dry appearance. Okay, so if scales are present embedded in the skin, example ichthyophis. The ichthyophis is basically a kind of transition amphibian and a fish. Okay, basically developed amphibian, but having some characteristics of fishes. Okay, and that is why it is having scales embedded in the skin. Understood? Now, they have numerous glands in the skin that moisturizes the skin. That is why I told you. Mucus glands, slime glands. Understood? To moisturize the skin. Pigment cells that color the skin are called chromatophores. So they have uniquely chromatophores pigment cells which give or which impart them a particular color. Few amphibians contract and expand, which changes the color of the pigment cells. Okay, mean as a phenomena of to fool the others for defense, for offense, they basically contract and expand. Okay, and which changes the color of the pigment cells. This phenomena is known as what? Metacrosis. Okay, metacrosis. So metacrosis, it is a phenomena in which, especially seen in the case of amphibians, in which they can change the color of the skin because of the rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Okay, and because of rhythmic contraction and relaxation, okay, they have a unique property which is known as what? The metacrosis. Understood? Is that understood? Now, coming to next, swimming or traveling is with the help of two pair of limbs. So out of four pairs, two pair of limbs they help in swimming. They help in traveling. Four limbs have four fingers. Four limbs they have four fingers, and hind limbs they have five fingers. Okay. So not like mammals, not like us. Four limbs they have four fingers, and hind limbs means the limbs which are present on the you know at the lower regions they have only they have five digits, and the four limbs they have four digits. Okay, understood? Their digits do not have nails or claws. In case of reptilians, they were having nails, they were having claws, but in case of amphibians they don't have nails or claws at all. Okay, mouth is bigger in size with different teeth on upper or both the jaws. Okay, mouth is bigger in size and they have different teeth on both upper and lower jaws. Suspensorium of jaw is autostylic. Previously, it was either hylostylic. In case of bony fishes nearer to the amphibians, they were autostylic. So, suspensorium of jaw is autostylic. Okay, these are pleurodont, homodont, or polyphyodont. Okay, fishes they were acrodont, mean tooth was arranged in a alveolar ridge, like this is the alveolar ridge, and tooth was arranged like this. Okay, acrodont. Okay, but in case of amphibians, they may be pleurodont, okay, homodont, and polyphyodont. Frog is a example of acrodont. You please remember, frog is an example of acrodont. Homodont simply means they have same type of teeth having same morphology. Like in case of us, the incisors, canines, premolars, molars, they all are different, and that is why we are polyphyodont. Okay, not homodont. All the shapes or the shape of all the teeth they are not similar. That is why we are not homodont. We are heterodont, and that too polyphyodont. Okay, digestive system has been well developed. It is well developed. They are having well developed digestive system, and their alimentary canal is complete. They have complete alimentary canal with mouth and anus, with digestive glands. Okay, fishes especially when we talk about the cartilaginous fishes, they don't have stomach. Okay, the stomach part was absent. So they have complete alimentary canal with digestive glands that secrete enzymes and acids for digestion. Okay, salivary glands are absent in frog. Please remember this term. Salivary glands are absent in frog. So digestive system has well developed and complete alimentary canal. Okay, they have complete alimentary canal with digestive glands that secrete enzymes and acids for digestion. Means the digestive enzymes, right? It is understood now. The salivary glands in case of frog absent. The salivary glands in case of frogs are absent. Okay. So please just you have to remember all these terms. Okay. Now coming to next, cloaca. Cloaca have openings of alimentary canal. Now alimentary canal is basically attached to cloaca. Okay. Urinary bladder and genital ducts. Okay. So cloaca, it is having openings of alimentary canal, okay, alimentary canal, urinary bladder, and genital duct. All the, you know, alimentary canal duct, urinary bladder, and genital ducts, they make a trigone. They make a trigone. This trigone is having basically all the openings. G for genital, A for alimentary canal, and U for urinary bladder. Right? Respiration is through gills, skin, lungs, and buccopharyngeal cavity. Respiration, it may be through gills or skin, depending upon the situation, lungs, and buccopharyngeal cavity. Understood? Heart is three-chambered with two auricles and one ventricle, and this type of heart is known as what? Arteriovenous. Okay, arteriovenous heart means the heart is not having the all chambers. That is why oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Okay, it is maximally, in case of this type is known as what? Arteriovenous type. They have two auricles and one ventricle. Arteriovenous heart. Sinus venosus and truncus arteriosus is present to give electric currents to it. Okay, so sinus venosus primitively, or it is a prototype of SA node, sinoatrial node, sinoatrial node. And truncus arteriosus is present to give electric currents, means for autorhythmicity, so that heart can beat and can pump the blood further. Okay, so sinus venosus, which is a prototype of sinoatrial node, and truncus arteriosus, okay, is present to give electric currents for the proper flow of blood in the body. Okay, RBCs are respiratory pigment, okay, and they are biconvex, oval, or nucleated. Okay, either they are biconvex, oval, or nucleated. In case of humans, the RBCs are biconcave. So please remember these terms. Renal portal system and hepatic portal system is present. Yeah, it is present in the kidneys. Okay, renal portal system and hepatic portal system is also present. Bones, they have, the main part of the endoskeleton, they are bones only, and they have cranium, which is cartilaginous. So please remember this term, cranium, which is cartilaginous, while the endoskeleton is made up of bones. Skull is having two occipital condyles. Previously, in case of fishes, they were monocondylar. Okay, they have only one condyle. But here, skull has two occipital condyles. Okay, especially when we talk about the bony fishes. Okay, and we compare the amphibians. Amphibians, they have two occipital condyles, but in case of them, either they were not having the occipital condyles, and if they are having, they are monocondylar, with which it connected with the first vertebrae of the vertebral column, that is atlas. I already told you. This skull is called the dicondylic skull, and this type of skull is known as what? Dicondylic skull. So please remember this term, okay? That first is the presence of sinus venosus, okay, or truncus arteriosus, presence of renal portal system and hepatic portal system, okay, and presence of dicondylic skull means they have two condyles on which the support of the atlas or atlas is, which is the first vertebrae. So these two condyles, they basically rest on this first vertebrae, that is the atlas. Understood? Okay. Now coming to next is ribs are absent. In case of amphibians, the ribs are absent. Okay. Except in some animals where it is not attached to sternum. Okay. So in case of the amphibians, the ribs are absent, and except in some animals where it is not attached to sternum, means floating ribs. Floating ribs. On the back side, ribs are attached to the vertebrae, V for vertebrae, and on the front side, they are attached to ribs. This connection makes the thoracic cavity or the thoracic cage. But in case some ribs are not attached to the sternum, it means they are floating ribs, right? Vertebrae is which type? Procellus type, where anterior of the centrum is concave, where anterior of the centrum is concave, while posterior is convex. Okay. So vertebrae in case of amphibians is procellus type. I'll show you the procellus type of vertebrae. Yeah, this is the procellus type in which this part is convexity, okay, bulging, and this part is having concavity. This concavity helps to attach with the convexity of the other vertebrae, right? So this is the procellus type. Understood? So they have procellus type of vertebrae. Okay. Now, middle and internal ear make the ear where the middle has ear ossicles called columella. Please remember, columella former stapes. So the columella is a formal bone which behaves like stapes. Okay. So middle and internal ear they are present, and middle ear they are having ear ossicles, and these ear ossicles are columella, also known as stapes. Tympanum is on the surface of ear. Tympanum means external ear. Eyelids cover the eyes. Eyelids cover the eyes. You can see in case of bony fishes, there was the presence of nictitating membrane. The nictitating membrane is just like your eyelashes. Okay. So middle and internal ear it is present. Middle ear is having the ear ossicles and which are known as what? Glomula, known as stapes. Tympanum on the surface of ear. Eyelids also cover the eyes and there are 10 pair of prenerves as already discussed. Okay. Excretory organ is a pair of kidneys which are mesonephric or opisthonephric type. Okay. Now a new category of kidney you are going to address, that is opisthonephric type. Okay. Understood? So mesonephric, prosonephric and metanephric. These kidneys you know, but what exactly opisthoneuric means? Opisthoneuric kidney basically it is commonly seen in amniotes. And amniotes means the ones which are not having the embryonic coeloms, okay, or embryonic membranes, such as shark. Okay, they develop from most of the nephric part. Okay, in case of many metanephric kidney, in case of adults, the metanephric kidney, their posterior part can develop into can form this opisthoneuric type. So this opisthoneuric type is present in case of some amphibians, either mesonephric or opisthoneuric. These animals are ureotelic, means they excrete that their excretory waste is the uh, urea. However, some tailed animals and larvae, they are amniotic, means their excretory organs is ammonia, urea. Understood? They are cold-blooded or poikilothermals. Okay, they are cold-blooded or poikilothermals. So excretory organ is a pair of kidney which are mesonephric or opisthonephric type. Some animals are ureotelic, means they excrete urea, and some are the ammonotelic, especially the tailed animals. Okay, and the larva. Okay. Hibernation or estivation. Hibernation means going deep down in the burrows in case of winters, and estivation in summers. Okay, so it is a process used by animals to prevent themselves from extreme temperatures and overcome unfavorable conditions. Okay, unisexual animals where rarely males have copulatory organs. Unisexual animals, especially if they are unisexual, okay, where males they don't have copulatory organs. So rarely they have copulatory organs. Okay. So hibernation or estivation, the terms are very clear. They are very common terms. Okay. So in this slide, you got to know different features of the amphibians. Please revise them again and again, especially my marked ones. Okay. So that you could answer the different or difficult questions. Okay. Animals they go back in water from land for their reproduction. Okay, amphibians they need water for their reproduction. External fertilization inside water. External fertilization takes place inside water. Some animals fertilize internal. In some animals there is internal fertilization. They are oviparous, means they lay eggs. Okay, they show indirect development. They show indirect development. Tadpole larva is there in frog, and exolittle larva in case of salamander. So please remember the name of larva. It's axolotl larva in case of salamander and tadpole larva in case of frog. Understood? Now the class is divided into three orders: Gymnophina or Apoda, Gymnophiona, Apoda, Caudate or Urodela, Anura or Salentia. Okay. So all these orders we will be discussing in the next class. Okay, please remember the name of the larva of salamander, axolotl, and frog, tadpole larva, and the different features we have discussed. Like presence of tympanum, outer membrane comes to the very first time in case of amphibians. Then they have alimentary canal which is completely developed, in which the cloacal aperture receives all the three openings: alimentary canal, the genital duct, okay, and the urinary duct. Okay, they are, the skull is dicondylic. Okay, it is having two occipital condyles. So these were the different characteristic signs of amphibians. So my dear students, my dear friends, I'll take your leave today. We will be meeting in the next lecture, okay, for discussing different orders of amphibians. Okay, now till then, bye bye, take care, stay safe.